106.7 KROQ is KROQ. It's 9 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Your new best friend. Whatever makes it break, but I got it where I want it now.
It is Paramore time here on the Kevin and Bean Show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeremy, also Taylor and Haley in studio from the band Paramore. Hi, you guys. What's up?
Just waking up, you know.
I am stunned, frankly, to see you guys because you were playing the Warped Tour in San Diego yesterday. Big rock stars. You don't need this BS. You don't need to be driving 100 miles and getting up at the crack of ass to come in and talk to us.
Yeah, no, right. Haley was just saying she feels great and she likes being up at this time of the morning.
I love it. It's wonderful.
You're gonna need to pull that microphone a little bit closer, Haley.
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
There you go.
She's relaxing.
I know.
Y'all are you're done with the Warped Tour now? Was that your last appearance for this tour?
Unfortunately, yeah. We love it. We already miss it so much.
Why the Warped? Why the Warped Tour? Because I've heard you guys talk about that before, about how it's one of your favorite festivals to go out with. How come?
I just think we started there. You know, that's the tour that gave us like life as a band. I remember the first show we ever played it, and you know, thinking about that, the first show we ever played, and then thinking about that compared to what we did last night, it's just, I don't know. It's the same and it's so different because it's so innocent. Like you're up there, there's no pressure. It's not really your show. It's like you're a small part of something way bigger, and it just feels good.
Dave, the King of Mexico, who, as you know, is in love with you, went down to the show and he said they just looked like more relaxed than usual, like they're just having fun, and it wasn't pressure.
No, not at all.
Does it feel different that way because of that?
Yeah, we're having more fun than we've ever had as a band, and just enjoying playing music, and it's been incredible. Yeah, it's been a good season.
How terrifying was the first Warped Tour when you guys played it? And like you said, that was kind of the beginning of you as a band. You were playing probably for the biggest crowds you'd ever played for. Do you remember what you felt like on stage back then?
I was just stoked that someone was paying attention to us.
Me
I'm
too.
like, wait a minute. They stopped. They're actually like stopping and listening.
Do you watch the people, and then when someone left, did you go, oh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
hey,
man, that's messed up.
That was a good song. We got another one. Hey, don't go away. Because that's one of those things where they get to walk around and see a bunch of different bands and stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's such a big deal when you're starting out and people actually give you time. It's just like, there's so, like, I remember Thrice was on that year, Under Oath, Starting Line, like a lot of big bands. And the fact that anyone was giving us the time of day was just like, it was amazing. It felt so good.
Now I have trouble keeping the timeline of this straight, but were you guys, at least some of you, still in high school when you signed your record deal?
Yeah.
Okay, now how does that happen?
Amazing.
I mean, I don't want to drag you through your whole history, but I mean, there are a lot of people listening who are out there who are very, very talented, who have been working at it for a long time.
Right.
And still can't break through. And obviously talent is first and foremost. That's how you make it. But I mean, in high school, it just seems like you wouldn't even have the infrastructure around you to be able to get a record deal.
Living in Nashville, it's like everyone and their mom works in the music industry. So it was kind of like anytime we played anywhere, there was someone that got, we got to play for. And so, it did happen really fast for us. But I remember, like, Jeremy had just graduated. Taylor was still in school, and I was still doing, like, internet school, like online classes, and we did it all the way through. I was in the van doing school. Like, it was tough, but like I'm glad I got my diploma. I feel, makes me feel better for not really being that good at math.
So were you a quintessential garage band where that's what you would do when you had time, is get together at somebody's house and just practice in the garage?
Taylor's and Jeremy's too. Yeah.
It was never a garage,
Yeah, it was a
unfortunately.
basement.
Yeah, it was always air conditioned.
Parents love, hate.
That's true.
Parents love or hate that.
Nice.
There's always a certain amount of luck involved in almost anything successful that happens. If you guys had met and started the exact same band, but had been living in a tiny town in Texas or something, or even further away from Nashville, who knows if maybe you wouldn't have met the right people? Isn't that weird to think about how this might not have happened?
Yeah, it's just hard to tell. You know.
I'm getting philosophical here on you. I apologize for that.
It's hard to tell.
Nashville, is there a lot of I know there's a lot of music people there, but it's mostly country. No?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's sort of the misconception of Nashville. Like over the past, especially since we started playing shows, the scene has grown so
It has.
like
so.
really quickly, and it's amazing.
My opinion of Nashville is I lived there and I wanted to get into music. I would have to get into country music because that's what they do. That's not the
Yeah.
case anymore?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, what would you say?
Everybody just has cowboy hats on, man. Rock shows, cowboy hats.
Yeah, you can't.
Rap
Okay.
shows, cowboy hats. You know, you get it.
But I think you're right, Haley.
I'd
I
like
think
to see a rap show with guys wearing cowboy hats.
Go to Nashville.
I think it has changed. It has changed in recent years, and guys like Jack White are moving to Nashville now and finding a kind of a vibrant scene. I mean, even a punk rock scene out of Nashville.
Definitely.
Now, there's a
There's-
little bit of everything.
There's really great house shows. The house that we used to go to got shut down, but it was called the Gingerbread House, and they were some of the best shows that I've ever been to.
Are you responsible for it getting shut down?
It was all my fault. Yeah.
What were your expectations for reals now? Be honest. When you guys started making music together, did you look at it as this is a hobby, this is something that's going to be fun until we find a real job, or did you think we really are going to make it in music?
Oh man.
I mean, I think it was just finding friends that actually like the same kind of music as each other. That was the first thing that just blew our minds. It's like, wow, you like cool music too. So then when we started playing music, it was just so much fun. We never thought anything would really come of it.
So it's more about playing live, just and how much fun it was, than dreams of I want to be a rock star.
Yeah, which of course we wanted to be, but we
Yeah,
had
sure.
you never really think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
When you're first putting a band together, do you go, all right, what songs do you guys think you know? And then you try to play and you pick a song that you all kind of know to see if you can even make music?
Yeah, we remember we tried to play Thursday songs back then and Deftones as well.
Pretty rough.
It was very like one of our songs was kind of like, it sounds to me just like a song off of Full Collapse, Thursday's Full Collapse. It doesn't sound just like it.
Right.
You know. We were all right.
You wish it sounded just like
yeah, we definitely like.
And I don't know anything about music except that I love it. I don't know anything about making music, but I can't imagine what it's like to grow up and being a guitar player and hear the amazing sounds that are coming off of other people's records and not knowing how they make it and how much time you have to put into it to try to figure out a way to make your guitar sound good. That just must be so hard.
Yeah, it's intimidating. You just kind of have to fake it until you make it. I think you just turn knobs and you're like, yeah, this is my own custom setting, and just wait until someone compliments you and then run with it.
How did it work? This is the band Paramore in studio with us here on the Kevin and Bean Show. We got a lot of ground to cover, but let me ask you one more on the early years, and then we'll move on. And that is, how did it come together when you guys started writing your own music? How did that happen? What was the process like?
Well, I mean, I remember the first time me and Taylor wrote a song together. My mom took me to his house after school, and we were like, "We're gonna write today."
Mom, I really want to write a song.
And then she was
And then you just sit down at the kitchen table and say, all right, here's a line I have. Do you have anything that can go after that?
You showed me like you had music.
yeah, I had music, and I was like, hey, check out this really cool guitar part. She's like, yeah, here's the song. There's a melody I have.
I'm sorry, can I hear your impression of her again, please?
You recorded it.
Did that song get finished? Did it end up being one that you actually ended up playing live and stuff?
We don't play it live that much. It's a B-side to All We Know Is Falling. It's called
Oh, but your first song that you wrote together was good enough that it actually ended up being recorded one day.
High Five.
Wow,
Wow,
nice.
how about that?
Nice.
Yeah, we did all right.
Fantastic. All right, Paramore's in the studio. We need to take a break. We will be right back on the Kevin